One of the teams that I think that has improved the most this offseason, I mean, when we talk about offensively, defensively, doesn't matter, is the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, obviously, the Los Angeles Chargers, they have a great quarterback in Justin Herbert. He's going to be a huge bright spot for this team moving forward. He's tremendous. I absolutely love a guy like Justin Herbert. But, also obviously on the offensive side of the football, they are stacked. You talk about Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams is coming back for another year. By the way, Joshua Palmer, I think who came out of Tennessee last year, he's going to be a bad man. Mark my words. He's going to step up majorly. I think he's going to have a big-time season for the Chargers, too. They got some of their offensive line figured out to a degree. I really like, from left to right, your starting line is, a guy like Rashawn Slater, who is going to be a future Pro Bowler, all-pro player. He's your left tackle for the future. You love it. You got Corey Linsley, one of the better, Matt Filer than Corey Linsley. Solid interior offensive line help there. Zion Johnson, the first-round pick coming out of, Florida State or Boston College? I can't remember these days. Doesn't matter. Point is, I loved him. Coming out of the draft, he can play center, he can play guard. He was one of the best interior offensive line products in this entire draft. Love it. But then, you do have Storm Norton. He is a good Band-Aid. I would like to see a little bit more. Maybe Jamari Saylor can come in and start. I don't know. But overall, he's good enough. He'll do. The point is, the defensive side of the football is where the Chargers really improved the most because, let's face it, the Chargers already had a solid offense, really wasn't worried about a whole lot. Yes, you get them some offensive line help, but other than that, baby, just get this thing to keep going because they are a special offense. On the defensive side of the football, when we talk about, they already had guys like Joey Bosa. I liked Kenneth Murray Jr. I think I would like to see him step up a little bit more, but they needed something. They needed a little bit of help, but they got it. They traded for Khalil Mack, who, now you've got Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack on the same team. Oh boy, I love it. You got a 3-4 solid defense right there. The two, like that edge rushing duo, easily should have 20 sacks this year. I mean, it might be, between Max Crosby and guys like Chandler Jones, I think that pass rushing duo in the AFC West is going to be a lot of fun to watch. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. The point is, the Chargers got so much better on defense. We talk about, okay, their pass rushing duo, that's one part of it. But you also talk about the fact you bring in a guy like J.C. Jackson to arguably, I would argue this is already one of the better secondaries, if not the best, in the entire NFL right now. I mean, you've got young Asante Samuel Jr., who really showed some stuff. Derwin James Jr. is one of the better safeties in this league that doesn't get the credit he deserves, and it's an absolute travesty. And I get it to a certain degree. You get all these other, it goes around the league. There's so many players that deserve credit but don't get it because of, they're not named a specific player. But also Nasir Adderley, I've got nothing, but love for Nasir Adderley, the former second-round pick. Had a 66.2 PFF grade last year, so he's very serviceable, a very good player for that defense. And then again, J.C. Jackson, one of the better corners. So, top to bottom, we already talked about it. You have a great pass rushing duo in Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, that I think is ready to really take the reins here, put that defense in the next spot, put a lot of pressure on opposing quarterbacks. But on the other side of that, on the back end of that, if they need some more time to be able to get to the quarterback, they've got it because that secondary is going to lock people down. I'm really excited. Like the Chargers, and plus that's not even it. I almost totally forgot. One of the bigger questions for the Chargers was defensive tackle. Like, what are they going to do? Like, let's admit, Linval Joseph. I've loved Linval Joseph, but for whatever reason, I don't think it's all on him. But it just hasn't worked out these last couple of years. Their run game, their run defense particularly hasn't been great. But you talk about bringing in Sebastian Joseph Day, who in my mind he has been a rock. He was a rock last year for the Rams defense. Nobody gave him enough credit. You also got Austin Johnson. You brought in a lot of quality help on that defensive line to really shore it up. And I'm excited. I think these were the pieces. This is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Los Angeles Chargers. This is exactly what they needed to do for this defense. And I think because of those moves, the Los Angeles Chargers defense is ready to take a step. But let's know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. Greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. In the description down below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. Give us a like and a follow there. Also remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about the Los Angeles Chargers defense being ready to take a step.